Everyone, I'm Sharmina Alom. Welcome you to English class. Hope you people are safe and sound. Today we will revise tense. The most basic thing which we need to learn a language which is not our first language and mother language. In grammar, tense is a category that expresses time reference with reference to the moment of speaking. Tense are usually manifested by the use of specific forms of verbs, particularly in their conjugation patterns. The main tenses found in many languages include the past, present, and future. Today, we will talk about present tense. And we know present tense are of four types. The first one is present simple tense or present indefinite tense. Generally, we use it to give an statement, to tell something usual, habitual, to talk about universal truth. And sentence structure is like there will be a subject, then the base form of a verb, and the rest of the sentence. In case of an affirmative sentence, another thing we have to remember that if the subject is a third person singular number, we have to put s or es with the main verb. The main verb which we are to give as its base form, but if the subject is a third person singular number, we have to add s or es. Suppose if the subject is I, you, we, they, anything of these, we can make it like we go to bed early, I go to bed early, they go to bed early, you go to bed early. But if the subject is he, she, it, or any name, Jamil, Rohim, Karim, Mina, in that case, after the subject, we have to put s or es with the verb, like she goes to bed early, he goes to bed early, Jamil goes to bed early. And in negative sentence, in any negative sentence, we have to add a not with the we have to bring an auxiliary verb, then we have to add a not or the short form of not with it. Example like they don't go to bed early. Again, if the subject is a third person singular number, we have to add s or es not with the main verb, with the auxiliary verb we have picked up. Like James does not go to bed early. We are not adding s or es with the main verb as we did in an affirmative sentence. We are not doing the same if the sentence is a negative one. In a negative sentence, we are adding that not with the auxiliary verb. And if we want to make question, again we have to find out an auxiliary verb which is applicable, which can go with the subject, with the main verb, and do as follows. Like, do they go to bed early? The main sentence, if the main sentence was they go to bed early, we just have to bring do instead of go, and we have to make like Do they go to bed early? And if the sentence is if the subject is a third person singular number, does she go to bed early? I know you all know it very well. We are just revising. We use it. We use present simple tense or present indefinite tense. Where? We have to learn about that. As I have already said, when we have to describe some habits, some action which we do repeatedly, or about some events that happens regularly, about some timetable. In those cases, we use present simple tense or present indefinite tense. Like, she usually wakes up at 6 o'clock. It's his habit. It's a habitual fact. Then, any universal truth, any general rule of nature, like the sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. It's true for today, for tomorrow, and also for yesterday. When we want to give some instruction to some people to make him or her to do something, then we have to use it. Like, don't open that box, throw it away, go to sleep, finish the food, like this. Again, we can use it in the future, in near future, if something is fixed. The bus leaves at 8 p.m. Hurry up. Here the situation is like this. We are telling someone to make a hurry because the bus will start very soon and it will leave at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. is not a present time, it's a future, but it's fixed that at 8 p.m. it will start. It's fixed. So we need not say the bus will leave at 8 p.m. We can say the bus leaves at 8 p.m. because it's his regular time. Okay. Now, the second one is present continuous tense. We use it when in a situation when we do a thing or do a stuff for some moment. It's not like that. We start doing and it's finished. Not that. We start doing and it continues to do for some moments. In that case, we use present continuous tense, and the sentence structure will be like, there will be a subject, then an auxiliary verb that we will put according to the subject, like am, is, are. If the subject is a subject is first person, we will use am. If the subject is third person singular number, we use is, and plural number are. In case of second person, we use are, like this. The subject, then an auxiliary verb, am, is, are, then verb, main verb, and plus ing. Like, she is writing to her grandma now. I am writing to my parents now. He is singing a song. They are waiting for their kids. In case of negative, very simple, we have to bring a not. She is not writing to her grandma, and we can use acronym like she isn't. We can use it like this: she isn't writing to her grandma now, or we can say she is not writing to her grandma now. Anything you choose. And in case of questioning, we have to put that auxiliary verb at the beginning of the sentence, like, is she writing to her grandma now? So this is as simple as that. When we use it in those situation when we talk about things which are happening at the moment we speak. The moment we speak, in that moment, what is happening? Like it's raining outside now. It's raining outside now. So don't go out. Again, when we talk about something which is happening time and again, he's always talking in class. He's always talking in class. So it's a regular activity. It's become a regular activities for him. Again, when we talk about things which are planned or arranged in the near future, in case of near future, you can use present continuous tense instead of future tense. Like, I am leaving for London tomorrow. We can use we will leave for London tomorrow. At the same time, we can use I am leaving for London tomorrow. So both are correct. You can use it in future or in present continuous tense. And also we use it when we talk about things which are changing or developing. Like, more and more English centers are mushrooming nowadays. ব্যাঙের ছাতার মতো ইংলিশ সেন্টারগুলো গজিয়ে উঠছে. So it's a continuous process. If we see these words like at the moment, now, just now, right now, we can guess this is a present continuous tense. The third type of present tense is present perfect tense, which we use when something happened in the past tense and the result is still exists. Okay, things happened in the past tense, but the result is yet existing. And sentence structure will be like, there will be a subject. If the subject is third person singular number, we have to bring a modal auxiliary has, otherwise we have to bring have. Then the main verb at its present participle form, like, she has done her homework. I have done my breakfast. In negative, we just have to bring a not, nothing else. She has not done her homework. And in case of questioning, we have to bring that has or have at the beginning of the sentence, like, has he done her homework? Have you finished your breakfast? Like this. We use present perfect tense, as I told earlier, when something happened in the past and continue to the present. It happened in the past but continue to the present. Example can be, my parents have lived in England for 20 years. Again, we use it when something happened in the past but not at a specific time, not at a fixed time. My mom has gone to work. That means she has already left for his work. She has already left. But when specific time is not given here. We use it when we do something in the past many times and continue to do that. We have experience of doing something many times. For example, she has practiced the piano since she was 6. So when she turned to 6, after that, till now, she has practiced the piano several times. To give this type of impression, we use present perfect tense. Again, when we want to talk about an experience which is connected to the present, we use present perfect tense. Like, this is the most beautiful flower I have ever seen. In my lifetime, I have seen several flowers, and this one is the most beautiful one among all the flowers I saw in past. Okay. If we find already, yet, ever, never, just, only just, recently, so far, until now, up to now, these words, if you find these words, then we can easily guess that this is a present perfect tense. Last one is present perfect continuous tense. It's almost like present perfect tense. There is a simple difference. We have to bring a, after has or have, we have to bring a been, and instead of verbs past participle form, we have to put verb plus ing. That's all. Normally we find since, for, how long, this type of words in present perfect continuous tense, and we use it when we want to talk about an unfinished action or things with the connection between the past and the present. Means the action has been started in the past tense, still it's not finished, still it's going on. We can make a comparative assessment so that our confusion get clear. There is similarities and differences between present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. So let's talk about the similarity first. In both cases, in present perfect tense or present perfect continuous tense, in both cases we talk about an action that began in the past and still going, or just has finished but its result is still existing. In this case, either we have to use present perfect tense or present perfect continuous tense, but there is differences. In case of present perfect tense, an action that is completed is emphasized. A completed action is emphasized in present perfect tense, like I have finished homework. And in case of present perfect continuous tense, the task is not finished, it's going on, it's still going on, like I have been doing my homework since 3 p.m. So from 3 p.m. I have started to do that, but it's not finished yet. Another difference is, since it's finished, in case of present perfect tense, since it's finished, we can say how much or how many have been completed. Like my mom has made 11 cookies. But in present perfect continuous tense, since the task is not completed, we cannot say like this. We have to say like, my mom has been making cookies for 3 hours. 3 ঘন্টা ধরে মা কুকিজ বানাচ্ছে, বিস্কিট বানাচ্ছে। কয়টা বানাচ্ছে, কয়টা বানিয়েছে এভাবে বলা যাচ্ছে না, কারণ মার কাজটা তো এখনো শেষ হয়নি। মূল পার্থক্য কাজটা শেষ হওয়া বা শেষ না হওয়া। Again, in case of present perfect tense, we talk about permanent situations, like I have lived here for 10 years. And in case of present perfect continuous, we talk about generally temporary situation. I have been living here for 2 weeks. আমি এখানে 2 সপ্তাহের জন্য আছি, হয়তো আরও কিছুদিন থাকবো কি থাকবো না, কিন্তু যখন পার্মানেন্টলি বুঝাবো তখন সাধারণত আমরা প্রেজেন্ট পারফেক্ট টেন্সটা দিব। সো দ্যাটস অল ফর প্রেজেন্ট টেন্স। Hope to talk about past tense in our next class. Till then, take a good care of yourself, your family, have a safe life and do some studies. Allah Hafiz, God bless.